Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Belgium for Tier 4 here in Wallaby Racing League. I am Formula Fish 15, and I'm on my own tonight, but whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, I'll leave that up to you. Now, sorry, I'm in the middle of a message, so I was caught out by the start of this session. But before I finish that message, what I will do is I will quickly run through our Tier 4 standings so that we are up to date as Frosty's joined just in time. Good timing. I have two drivers tonight, I am happy. Anyway, let's have a look at our Tier 4 standings, which unfortunately I'm not fancy enough to have on my screen. So, the championship battle, Maney and Frosty, 6 points between them. Hopefully Frosty can pull it out. And with 2 races missing for him, that is a good result, as we've got our first cars going out to track. Let's go on board with Drew. Anyway, so our top 2, Maney and Frosty, 6 points apart, 268 plays, 262. Third position, we have Evil Blay sitting on 223 points, with Kashi and Chevy Wolves rounding out our top 5. And close behind them, Skillsy unfortunately dropped a spot this week to Kashi, but there is still 2 weeks left to make that up, and he's only 14 points behind, so that doesn't take that. He's pretty quick to make up when you're quick, as Skillsy is. Behind Skillsy, X-Knights making a position after a couple of unfortunate weeks with wheel issues. Duck Puncher in 8th, Izzy Fizzy 9th, and Frizy rounding out the top 10 with a consistent run so far this season. The constructors, though, McLaren, they have a 39-point lead over my boys at Red Bull. Had a couple of unfortunate weeks, but full strength back again, so let's see how we go with that. Williams in 3rd, dropping back behind Red Bull by 2 points. RB a further 2 points back, so we've got a really tight tussle here for 2nd place in the constructors, with Haas in 5th, Alpine 6th, Aston Martin 7th, Mercedes 8th, Ferrari 9, and Sauber rounding out our top 10. Let's see. Oh, I've got blank. I don't know what's going on. What's going on here? Oh, here we go. I'm using the wrong buttons. That's the problem. No, don't need to do that. Don't need to do that. Don't really need that. Turn on some telemetry and data so we can see what these drivers are doing for their lap times. As our first drivers are now on their laps. I think our first driver on a lap is Mick. I think it's Mick, and we've also got, I think that's an Alpine ahead of Drew. Yes, it would be. It'd be Chevy Wolves. There we go. We can see him on our screen as we follow Drew down the straight. Let's go on board through the chicane and heading down to the hairpin because my brain has forgotten corner names. How lovely. And heading down into no name because I can remember one corner. The corner without a name, that's a bit silly. Burning the battery down to 50% and tipping into Kuon, just a slight lift off down a gear. Burning through, down, braking just after the curve and getting it turned in to this awkward double chicane. Awkward speed for those. Very fun when you get it right, but they just feel horrible when you get it wrong. As you've got a Haas round in the background. Going down, heading into Blanchemont here. Flat out 8th gear. 300 kilometres an hour and braking at the 100-metre board for the bus stop. Just slightly not able to get it pulled up for the first apex. Makes it nicely onto the second apex. And Chevy was a 1 minute 45. Drew with a 1 minute 44.1. Sets fast enough for the race. I don't even have. Let's at least get. Can I see? Why is this? What have I got going on here? This is being cruel to me, but here we go. I'll go with that. I didn't have the right detail up. What is going on here? Okay, we've got some predictions. Hot lap on Shining Swarm. Well, it's almost the end of the 12 minutes, but when he goes out to the pit, out of the pits, I will fulfill that request. Where am I? Yeah, Jerobot, I'll fulfill that request when he goes out to pits. I apologise that I missed that. Let's see what Henchy can do going out of the pits. And onto his hot lap now. I'm going to put the mockers on him because I am comms and I'm good at putting on the commentator's curse. Let's see, through La Source and heading up through to Rouge and Radion. Now just burning a little bit of the battery, saving the battery for the second half of the straights. Tidy run through Rouge and Radion onto the Camel Straight, heading down to Les Combes. There we go, I remembered it. Are you proud of me? I sound better than Hunter. Why, thank you. I feel sorry for Hunter because he's a damn good commentator. Through Les Combes down into the hairpin. I should remember the name of this hairpin. I will get there though. Maybe that's my research for tonight while we're on air. Through No Name for Henchy. Shining Swarm is out on the pit lane. I need to keep an eye on him. I think that's him going through Les Combes. So I need to keep an eye on him ready for when he starts his lap for Jerobot. Why have I got... I've been pinged everywhere at the moment. Sorry, I've got pings everywhere and I don't like having red dots on my screen. That looks like Henchy's pulled out of his lap. Is there anyone else on the lap particularly I can watch while we wait for Shining Swarm to start his lap? Let's have a look. I've got less of a Kiwi accent. That's what it is. Whoa! Okay, he's coming to pick up. That's alright. I thought that was a spin. Frizy coming across the line. What does he do? A little bit of wheel spin coming out of the final corner. That wasn't a representative lap. I reckon he was doing a cool down lap. Izzy, that's not the line there, buddy. I'm assuming he's on an in lap. Looks like no one else is on a lap, so let's go on board with Shining Swarm as he prepares to go through the bus stop chicane and start his lap. Let's have a look at how he goes, coming across the line to start his lap and breaking into La Source. Nice and tidy. Nice tidy exit, burning the battery, heading up into Rouge. Under the Qatar Airways sign, uses the first curb, taps the second curb, nice run through Rouge, nice and tidy from Shining Swarm. DRS activated, trying to get a little bit of slipstream from the McLaren as we go into La Source. And, not La Source, Les Combes. I've already started falling apart. And Bruxelles, that's what this one's called. Or Bruxelles. I'm not French. I don't speak French. I'm not going to pretend to speak French. And into No Name. Not keeping it nice and tidy, keeping the car straight. That's important in these sessions. And flowing it through Pouon. Good speed there for Shining Swarm. 285 on exit. As he heads down now for the chicane thing. Campus, this is called. Just doesn't quite get the apex of the second one, but doesn't get run wide, doesn't give himself any track limits warnings. That's important. Heading now onto the back straights. Curb Paul Ferreira, this is. And heading up towards Blanchimont. In through Blanchimont, flat, 120 k's he say, used all his battery. And down into the bus stop chicane. Nice and tidy through the first bit, misses the curb, doesn't quite get the exit he wants out of the second bit, but it's a nice tidy lap up to P5 for Shining Swarm. Good work to the Mercedes driver. He's harvesting, so he's not on a lap. Frizzy must be on a lap. He's in hot lap mode, so he must be on a lap. You're more than welcome, Jerobot. I'm not the greatest comms, though. I'm still learning as I go. Sector 1, we've got... that'll be Shining Form, possibly out of fuel. Yeah, no, I'm going to say that maybe we're not on a lap. Frizzy's not on a hot lap. Maney's on a hot lap. He's been pretty quick this season. Let's see what he can do. As I failed to notice X-Knight's going to the top and how close it is up the top. 1/10 separates the top 4 as Maney heads into Lacom. Nice on the curves. Naya Eshe straight to the top now with a 43.079 to discount what I said about it being close at the top. Going 3.5 tenths over at the top. Maybe not that curve there, Maney, but let's see what he can do through No Name. A little bit of grass. Trying to shorten the track as much as he can legally and maybe get a little bit of extra rotation. Oh, using all the road it flew on. Trying to get the most out of this lap. Coming into campus now. Tidy run through there. Not quite getting the expo. Heading into the final sector. Heading up to Curve Paul Ferreira. ERS activators. Up to Blanchimont now. Flat through there to 330 kilometers an hour. Flying here from Maney as he hits the brake at the 100-meter board for the bus stop chicane. The Mercedes, I think that was, of Shining Swarm, getting out of the way very well. Henchy out of the session. I wonder if he's had an accident on the track, I think. And Maney up to P7 and is instantly dropped back down to P8. But I think that was Drew going up to P2. I'm missing all the good laps here. I apologise, everyone. Lady to the top. 1 minute 43.006. Nice work. Wonder why Frosty hasn't gone out for a lap yet. Good to see Drewzilla back and having a good run. Just looking to see. Frosty and War Machine both still in the pits. Oh, because he wasn't in the session. He dropped out of the session. Rip. That would explain a lot then. I apologise, Frosty. I probably should have checked my chat pings and I probably would have seen that you were not in the session. What a great team principal I am, hey? Goodness me. Who's on a lap? Got a yellow flag through pool and we've got a couple of cars just on slowdowns, I reckon. I'm just harvesting. Is he on a lap? No, he's harvesting. Druzilla's not on a lap. No, it shows in the pits. Blady is harvesting, but he might be on a lap because he's got no leash battery. But he's being held up by the Salvi, who I believe is also, yeah, Blady's not going to be on a lap because he's 1.7 down. As we've got a little bit of a lull as McLaren are preparing for Maney to be coming into the pits. Or is it Skills? No, it'd be Skills. Use your brain. Jesus fish. As we've got Frosty going out of the pits now. By the way, on request of Shining Swarm, he's doing a terrible job so far. He's been absolutely atrocious. He's got a lot of work to do for a good result. If you know, you know. Yeah, let me see if I can get you there. Lucky, let's... if I hit the... Did I hit the right buttons? Yeah, I did. Let's see if I can find you here. There we go. Invite sent. Frosty warming up those tyres nice and softly. Woo! Bit of a lag spike there for Fabian, as Buxy is also out of the pits. He's been quick today as well, so let's see what he can do. X-Knight's out of the pits in the Aston Martin. I'm going to take a drink before my voice gets hoarse, so you don't have to listen to me coughing for the rest of the night. And the ED triage test doesn't have to listen to me coughing tonight. Hey! We've got first time chat. Now, I should remember this because I commentated on you and got it wrong. Was it Josie, whatever. Sorry, I apologise. It was a while as Frosty starts his lap. Tier 4 is a tough one. It's about in a way, it's about survival. But it's also a very close, tight competition, so a bad night can be a bad night. It is definitely one of the best. I think we're very blessed. Tier 4, 3 and 2 is always such a good watch. And it's always close, tight racing. Tier 4 is a little bit more chaotic. Tier 2 is always on a knife edge between the drive and you'll have a 15-car train for the lead. Tier 3, I'd love to personally be racing in Tier 3 just to get consistent results. But my pace is too good at some tracks for Tier 3. Frosty going through Bruxelles and into No Name. So, but yeah, they're all great. Finish the race, count as a win. That's an idea. It's Josie then. Josie. Cool. Excellent. Should let this... If I let you down to Tier 4, Birdie, I'm going down to Tier 3. Here we go, and a nice little bit of slipstream. Oh, the Alpine gets out of the way. Poor Frosty doesn't get the benefit of that slipstream. Oh, he's out of deploy. Used too much deploy on his lap. Need to save a bit more for the end there, Frosty. What does he do with no deploy? Still up into P8. That's not a bad result. Buxy running a little bit wide there on the exit of No Name. Is there anyone else on a fast lap right now? Let's have a look. And he's just starting. Chevy just starting. Izzy's not long started. Frizzy's not long started. And the others are in the pits. Show's just finishing, just started. I think the first driver late on in a lap is Buxy. Let's see what he can do. Coming through the second sector, up by 0.01. On his best lap. Wrong way. Knights. What's X-Knights? He's up by a 10th through the second sector. Oh, yep, still up by a 10th. Watch Buxy. Watch him finish his lap first. As the timer hits 0. What can Buxy do to improve his position? Hard onto brakes in the bus stop. Nice across the curb in the first. Nice across the curb in the second. Decent exit. Using the ERS across the line. Finds a 10th in the final sector to go P5. What can X-Knights do? Doesn't quite get across the curb on the second part of this chicane. But across the line. 43.1 up to P3. Good job. Still finds 2 tenths of a second. Trying to find who's next on a lap. Oh, here we go. Go on. No, Krusty's finished his lap, hasn't he? Possibly Chevy Wolves by the looks. I missed Frizzy going across the line. Fizzy's next across the line. Let's go on board with Izzy. Fizzy gets a bit of wheel spin through the last corner, which is going to hurt his run. Up to P9 though with a 43 point something. Sorry, 43.8. Chevy Wolves. Let's see what Chevy can do. Oh, very deep on the brakes. Unfortunate for him. Ruins his lap and gets an unlucky, very unlucky track invalidation as well. Mainly up to P8. Oh, only of our top 2 close to ending lap. Blady's coming across the line now. 42.7. What a lap from Evil Blade. He's absolutely rip-snorting into this last part of the season. Eshay across the line. What can he do? He goes to the top with a 43.4. Jeez, these boys are pulling it out. And that is everyone done. I think so, I apologise. TT is very slow in this game, Jossie, so that probably doesn't help. But yes, very fast lap times from the two at the top. By everyone, really. No one's that slow. Generally, there's not much between the top of Tier 4 and the bottom of Tier 2. It's all very close, and Tier 3 is really close. 42.4, yeah, that is just mental. That is a brilliant lap time from the Eshe himself. And look at the gap. A second down to Frosty, who's second in the championship. Our two championship leaders starting out at 7th and 8th. And I've missed the opportunity to go through the grid with everyone. I apologise. I'm too busy talking about random crap that doesn't even matter. I can't even look to see. Can I do a little cheaty thing? Going by this, not that anyone's finished to finalise their strategies, but it looks like everyone's starting on mediums going by the race director. That's a little tip I picked up last week. I wish I could tell you. I've got no idea when it's getting posted. That'll be up to... I think it's Skillsy or Goffy, one of those two does it. Maybe Magic, who does media comms, and that, not media comms, like, he's the head of the media team. Maybe he's organising it. Unfortunately, that's not a question for me. I'm just the sucker that talks over the races. Oh, good. I'm sorry. I'm not much help. As per usual, I'm not much help. What's going on here? In the chat, Izzy Fizzy at X Knights, real poll. Oh, God. I love these guys. I love this league. Here we go. Going to the 5 red lights. And we are lights out. Away we go. We have Eshe ahead of Evil Blade and gets a really good start. Blade doesn't get a terrible start, though. As one of the McLaren, Skillsy, up on the inside. 3 wide for P2. Oh, they're all everywhere. Druzilla's going to be a massive gainer out of this up to P3. Buxy up to P4. And we've got Evil Blade from the front row down to P11. Let's get some details up so we can see what's going on as we've got side by side. Down towards the back, one of the Haas's and Bruno Fabian. It's one of the S10s now. Back to the front. We have Druzilla right on the back as Maney and X-Knight swap positions. Frosty gets a little bit loose on the outside of Lakecom, but he's able to hold it ahead of Shining Swarm in 8th, who has a really good start as well. We have Matt Skills. Eshe's just dropped away. Matt Skills second in second, 1.3 behind. Druzilla in 3rd with an absolute rip-snorting start. Buxy P4, Maney P5, X-Knights P6, Frosty P7, right on the back of X-Knights going through Poulon. Just managed to keep it within track limits. Let's get some tyres. So the top 5 on hards, X-Knights, which should explain why he dropped back a little bit early on the hards. 7, 8, and 9 all on mediums, then a lot of the back runners except for Mick and Bruno Fabian on the hards as X-Knights drops another position to Frosty, who's trying not to lose DRS here on Maney and the front runners as Naya Eshe is just running away with this. Druzilla on the inside of Blanchimont. There's contact. How has he saved that? Druzilla, save of the day already, and it's only lap 1. Buxy on the inside has a little bit of a slide with a little bit of contact. Maney looking to try to take advantage, but not quite able to. Naya Eshe, 148.3 standing lap. Bucks up the inside and contact with Druzilla. Again, these guys not scared to bang a bit of wheels as Buxy gets through on Drew. Get up into P3, but he's out of DRS, so he's going to be vulnerable come the end of Lakecom. I don't even have my telemetry, so I can't tell you what the ERS situation is. And yeah, it's low. Maney with all the battery in the world alongside Drusilla and able to get through. Frosty has quite a bit of battery as well. Maney's going to be hard to stop in this one. He's driving well so far and he's got the battery to match it. I'll get rid of it. Does anyone want anything else, or do we get rid of the tyre details for now? Oh, actually, let's go through the biggest winners after lap 1. We have up 4, Maney. Buxy and Skillsy both up 3. X-Knight's down 4. We've got Lady, who's made a position since his incident, down 8. Was down 9. Chevy Wolves up 2. War Machine up 3 as well from the back. Hinchy up 1. Mick up 1. We've got Shining Swarm and Frizy up 1, and Frosty up 1. But yeah, Evil Blade so far, unfortunately, our biggest loser. As everything's spread out a little bit, we've got a yellow flag in Sector 2. Looks like Izzy Fizzy's had a spin heading into the final corner in the second sector. What a shame for the Haas man, the Haas team principal at that. Hopefully he can make his way back up through the field. He's had a torrid season, unfortunately. As Eshe, new fast lap. Skillsy beats it. Bugsy beats it. Jeez, it's just the fastest lap train here. Good work, lads. Though Skillsy's still got a long way to close in on Naya Eshe if he wants to get there. As Chevy Wolves and Evil Blade battling through La Source. 4P9 and Evil Blade, unsurprisingly, with his pace this late in the season, gets it done. Frosty here on the back of Drusilla, burning all the battery heading into Lakehom. Up the inside and gets it done before Lakehom. Drusilla late on the brakes. Trying to defend, but not quite able to do it as War Machine's up 2 positions. He's made a double overtake there. Wish I'd seen that on, looks like, Lucky and Mick. Maybe just a battery difference. Yeah, looks like a battery difference there. Is what's done as Shining Swarm up on Evil Knights. X-Knights, who's now down 5 position. Evil Blade down to 9th. Was he... Oh, wrong button. Was he... I'm just trying to remember. Was he on hards as well, Blady? Yeah, he was. So that explains why he got a little bit of a poor start compared to the Eshe. Big snap there from Frosty as we look off board of him. As long as he can keep it, though, within that magic 1 second of Maney, he will be good. And up through the final sector and up to Blanchimont. Where's the best battle pack to look at? So already got Chevy Wolves, Evil Blade as one of the Mercs has done it. War Machine, has had a moment at Curva Paul Ferreira. Oh! It nearly turns in on Bruno Fabian. Oh, that was close. He's trying to switch him back, heading up to the bus stop chicane around the outside. Thinks better of it. He's also got front wing damage. And, I thought he was pulling the pits there. So he's got to make do with front wingage. Front wingage, well done, Luke. Great English. As he follows Bueno Fabian. Let's have a look. See, there we go. DRS for Frosty right on the back of Maney. Both burn their battery. Buxy with no battery. Maney up the inside, gets it done. Oh, but he's run a bit wide and contact between the two on the exit of the second part of Lakehom. Though Frosty not quite able to capitalise and get up the inside of Maney to take that position away. Good racing up the front here. Nice, tight and capitalistic racing. And not as in capitalism. Though some capitalism probably wouldn't be the end of the world in this place. Stop giving me alerts, AFL app. I don't care at the moment. This is more interesting as Bugsy's got a 3 second. That's huge for the story of this race. Maney and Frosty won't want to fight him too hard then because they know that unless something changes, they will be ahead of him at the end of the race if things stay as they are. You can see why Bugsy's using all the track. The exit on these. Let's go on board with Frosty. Now the battery's looking. Frosty's just saving. Everyone's saving now. Heading up through Blanchimont. These guys are nice and close. Is Maney going to have a look into the chicane? Not quite. Frosty doing a good job here, just keeping the watching brief. Maney's probably going to have a look here if he uses all of his battery. Maney's going to have a look heading up into the Camille Straight, though it looks like Buxy's got a lot more battery this time around. Not using it early. Maney's not touching his battery. Neither of these two are barely touching the battery. Buxy's got 44% to defend with this time, so he might be in a slightly better position on this straight. He is in a much better position. Oh, here we go. Frosty having a look at Maney in the ERS. Is he going to have a dive? He's going for it up the inside. The Red Bull. Little bit of contact. And Frosty runs wide. He's... Oh! And he's spun. He and Shining... No, Shining Swarm's fine. Who was it? X-Knights? Was it X-Knights? Who was it that made contact? Was it Drew Zilla maybe that's made contact with Frosty? Didn't quite pay off the move. What a shame for the Red Bull. Does he have damage? He doesn't appear to have damage unless he's got side pod damage. So hopefully he can recover from that. An audacious move, just runs a little bit wide, gets on the gravel. And that's all she wrote. Maney's not going to be too impressed either because he's now lost the DRS of Buxy. And gives Buxy a little bit of breathing room to let his tyres recover and maybe get back onto Skillsy. That would have been a nice one to view from off-board rather than on-board, but I'm not that smart, am I? He is absolutely cooking. He's flying up the front. Though, Skillsy's caught him by about a half a second in the last couple of laps. But how much of that is also tyre management, we just don't know. Wrong button again. Going to look for penalties. There we go. So I've only got Buxy and Henchy at the moment with 3-second penalties. Everyone else so far is clean. Let's get this away so we've got a bit of a cleaner view. As I say that, Bueno Fabian gets a thing as well. What is going on down the back here? Chevy Wolves has gone around at the first corner. Down the back, in the midfield it is. Wonder what happened to Chevy. I'd like to have a replay system, but unfortunately I'm not that clever either. I wonder if Frosty was involved in that one, because he's suddenly 2 seconds behind the pack, when he was just within a second of whoever it was ahead of him. Might have even been Chevy. As War Machine in the pits to fix that front wing damage. I must be trying to extend so he can get onto the hard tyres. Let's see what Frosty can do now. Evil Blade ahead is flying on the back of X-Knights, hounding the back of that Aston Martin. Though the Aston doing a good job. Oh, that's got to be close to a warning there for X-Knights. Right on the edge of track limits. Frosty gaining in this section, in this twisty section of the track, where clean air is massively important, as War Machine gets a 3-second penalty. Looks like through Lacombe, on the exit of Lacombe, just for running slightly wide. It is a nasty spot, unfortunately, for him. Here we go. Got it. The move's going to be on if X-Knights doesn't defend the inside here. Going into the chicane. Let's have a look. Oh, and up, he's safe. He's managed to keep it safe going into the chicane. Gets it stopped. Good work. Chevy Wolves 3-second penalty. All this is allowing Frosty to close up that little bit though, but he's about to lose out because he doesn't have DRS into this section of track. Evil Blade on the back of X-Knights. Let's go on board as Buxy's left the session. Buxy's disconnected. This is huge. Let me see if I can invite him back. Let's see if he added me. Where am I? Get him back. Communicating. Lovely. See if I can get... Sorry for these weird noises. Stop it. Doesn't look like I have Buxy added. I sent him a request, but it doesn't look like he's added me back. What a shame. Can't get him in. Unless I'm blind in this thing, which I don't think I am. Oy, there we go. Let's go through again. Tell me I'm blind if I miss it. It doesn't look like he's in here. No, he's not in here. Let me, hold on, what can I do it this way? View gamer card here. No, can't get his EA up from there, that's no, because you've got to view that thing. No, that might, sorry guys, not much I can do there, I'm trying. Let me see, does he send anything in the tier 4 chat, maybe? No, he hasn't. Hopefully this isn't the end of his row, so I'm sorry everyone for missing this. As Evil Blade finally gets X-Knights, or was X-Knights already behind? I can't remember at this point. What happens when I miss a lap? And Frosty, with all of this, despite the fact he's got no ERS, has managed to get back into DRS of these guys. Huge comeback for him in that sense. That is hugely important for him to get that DRS, as Maney and Drew both get Buxy heading into Lake Hom. Such a shame. He was having such a good race, doing such a good job up the front. Shining Swarm doing a terrible job here in P6. With Evil Blade P7, X-Knights P8. Frosty back into the DRS in P9. Just going to save that battery now, mate. Frizy doing a tidy job here back up to P10. Chevy Wolves P11, Mick P12, very wide. Oh, he's got a Red Bull alongside him. That's why Henchy goes through up to P12. The tidy recovery drivers is that Chevy Wolves has a moment up ahead. My goodness me, the front of Henchy's car's dirty. Either he's had an off or someone in front of him's had an off. Goodness me, his front wing looks intact. Let's get back up to this battle here, where we've got Evil Blade right on the back of Shining Swarm. And all this pack, a massive battle pack here. Literally from third down to the tail end of the top 10. Eshe pits from the lead. Skillsy follows him in. Maney's got to stay out. What did the rest do? Drew into the pits. Buxy into the pits. The other guys, Frosty into the pits. The two hard guys stay out. What does Chevy Wolves do? Chevy Wolves stays out. Henchy stays out. Mick comes into the pits. Lucky stays out. Kirko stays out. Fabian stays out. Be easy to see what Izzy does. But let's focus on these top guys here. Skillsy out of the pits in P7. Eshe P6. Got Drew. Oh, massive pack here. Drew. Butts. Frosty. All come out of the pits together. And hopefully Frosty can get Buxy. Is Buxy back into? Buxy's back into the session. Excellent. Thank you to whoever invited him as well. What did I read? Sorry. What have I done? I mean, I'm probably tired. I'm on night shift tonight and I smashed all day. But I say all day. I did a 4-hour race. Did part of a 4-hour race at the Nürburgring, but other than that. Oh, tyres. Yes. So it looks like everyone that's just pits on. Stop hitting the wrong button. That's why Buxy's got his penalty, I take it. Frosty to the outside as I'm trying to get these tyres. Oh! Close. Does he hold it? Is he? Oh, he's still there. Oh! Good, tight hustling there between the Ferrari and the Red Bull tyres. There we go. And there we go. He's up the inside and got the move done. Good. Oh, he's not quite done yet. There we go. Now he's got the move done. As we've got the tyres there as Maney comes into the pits to get rid of those old mediums, as does Shining Swarm, and I assume so will Chevy Wolves. Sector 3, what have we got? Got a slow car? No, it's just someone coming into the pits. Just be Shining Swarm coming into the pits, I reckon. Maney. Henchy stays out. Oh, he's on the hards, that's why he's stayed out. I missed his start on the hards, that's poor stewardship, poor comms shit by me. Gosh, these Red Bull cars are dirty. Oh! What have I missed here? There's contact there between Buxy and Frosty. And Frosty's got front wing damage. Hopefully that doesn't hurt him for the rest of the race. Maney's running away from these two. 1.5 seconds up the road and got DRS on Drew. Is he going to have a look up? He's having a look up the inside. Not quite there. Backs out of it. Oh, God, Frosty and... Oh, not again, not again, not again. They're both off. Oh, this is not good for Frosty's championship. What is going on between these two? Bucksy doesn't back down, does he? Two very hard, aggressive races going at it. Bucksy's got a 10-second penalty for corner cutting. That will be probably from going across Lake Holm. And you could possibly argue an unsafe rejoin. And then you could also argue that Frosty should get the penalty for forcing him off the track. It'll be interesting to see what happens in the steward's room after this race. As where have we got that's the closest battle on track. Frosty behind Shining Swarm. Let's see what he can do against the Mercedes and the Ferrari. As Buxy's lost 3 seconds in this as well, so this is killing these three. And especially against those that started on the hards. Palladian Knights especially. They're going to be running away with this now. Shining Swarm, is he going to have a look at Buxy? Bumps him under brakes, but doesn't do any damage. Keeps it tidy. Let's see what these guys do going into La Source. Onboard with Shining Swarm heading into La Source. Backs off early. Trying to make sure he gets the exit on Buxy. And he'll definitely have the DRS. The ERS is equal, but he'll definitely have DRS on Buxy. Let's see if he can get the move done. Lucky has now been overtaken by Maney. Burning all the ERS on the DRS up the inside. Shining Swarm goes through. Oh, he's turned in on him. Oh, good! What a switchback from Shining Swarm. What a move by the McCowan to get the move done. Awesome driving there from the Mercedes driver. Hopefully that doesn't comms curse him, because that's the last thing I want to do to the poor bugger. Excellent move, absolutely two-door. Unfortunately, your prediction hasn't turned out that good so far. Other than maybe Maney finishing in P4. Is there any closer battles we've got on track? Oh, Buxy runs wide. Coming to Perga Paul Ferreira. Oh, what is Frosty doing? He doesn't need to be on the grass there. These guys have not raced clean. Let's see what they do. Around the outside of Blanchimont. Off the track. Oh, he's kept it in. Up the inside. Oh, he's run it deep. Oh, and there's contact again. As Bugsy turns across the front of Frosty. These guys need to work out how they're racing each other, because it's not going well. These guys are just killing each other. The way it's going, Frosty P15 might not be a bad pick. Some of these picks aren't half bad, you know. Especially at the moment. Hench's having a good run though. He's going to drop back once he pits for his medium tyres. Same for Fries. His skills, he's doing well. He's second obviously on corrected order, but he's just running his own race there up in P4. Eshe's got X-Knights as well, so he's on the back of Blady, who's a pit stop behind now the leaders. Maney now on the back of Henchy. Oh, Maney runs wide. Dirty air. Heading into campus. Trying to keep it nice and close so he can maybe make a move through into the bus stop chicane. Both have 100% battery. It's going to be hard for Henchy to get any... No, it's going to be hard for Maney to make any tangible gains. Although the slipstream seems to be working for him. I also don't know what wings Henchy's running. He could be running higher wings than Maney. So that could be hurting his top end speed. Does Maney send it? No, he thinks better of it. He's going to save it for the DRS. Exit. Henchy gets a decent exit for worn tyres. That's a decent exit. Maney looking to the inside, and he's surely going to make the move. Oh, there's contact! But he gets the move done. Good work, Maney, up into P6. He's killing this champ. He's going to win this championship the way he's going. I don't think he's got it done today so far. But Frosty now has lost out 2 Chevy Wolves. That front wing damage just too much for him, unfortunately, I reckon. Oh, just keep it through here. Through, ready on. DRS activated. Trying to look for a closer battle on track. Doesn't appear there's a much closer battle than these two, unfortunately. Let's have a look up the front here. Look at Drusilla on the back of Henchy. Give my other driver some much needed time. As War Machine's just got Izzy Fizzy. Why am I in game chat? I'm so sorry, everyone in game chat. My party died. Let's fix that so I'm not talking to everyone in game chat. Good. I'm glad they can't hear me. I wouldn't want them to hear me because I couldn't think of anything more annoying than my droning voice. Okay, so that's how it works now. Good. And I'm not in a car, so it's only comms that can hear me. Great. Oh, Evil Blade pulls in pits, as does X-Knights behind him. Let's see where these guys come out. As Drew going to be thinking about making the move into turn 1 here at this stage on Henchy. Can he get the exit through the chicane? Gets a good exit. Henchy gets a decent exit, but Drew gets a good exit. DRS, ERS, and up the inside, he's got him done. Where's Evil Blade on the exit, right alongside Maney. Here we go. Maney's going to be fast though. Heading up here. Oh, Evil Blade's got no battery either. What can Maney do about this? DRS will be enabled shortly. Burning all the ERS. Doesn't even need the DRS, and he's through. Druzilla's just that little bit too far behind though to be able to do anything about it. Blady. Once these tyres get up to temperature, he will be back all over the back of Maney with that 4-lap delta. Frizy and Henchy stay out. X-Knight's on the back of Henchman. Frosty's pitted for another set of tyres. Probably the wise call, unfortunately for him. Unfortunately, that front wing damage killed his race. It'll be interesting to see what's made of that at the end of this race. What happened to Buxy? He's pitted as well. Did he get damage as well? He's dropped back. No, they can't have come together because Frosty was well behind. Something's gone on with Buxy there and I've missed it. I apologise, everyone. Let's have a look at this battle here. Henchy, Knights, and no. Let's look up here. Battle for 4th. Oh! Lady on the grass! Nearly had a new pass on the grass. Oh, these guys going hard at it. Here we go, but Blady with the fresh tyres gets the exit. Although, wrong way. Maney with a bit of batteries tries to keep ahead. Oh! Blady hits the inside wall. Bringing Drusilla into this as well. Good point stay for RB. Good point stay for McLaren. As Frizy comes into pits, I think Henchy's hoping for a late race safety car at this rate. Here we go. What can Maney do? Straight back with DRS on Evil Blade. Oh, Blady late on the brakes. Almost gets it around the outside there of Maney. Love the ambition from Blady there in the RB. On the fresh tyres, try to make them work. X-Knights are now on the back of this train. I reckon from this race, Naya could possibly be moved up here. Roshan. Oh, Blady, I'm snoozing. I'm looking at X-Knights and Blady's trying to make a move. Round the outside of Maney. Oh, there's almost contact. But Blady gets the move done. Contact! But Blady has no ERS. Maney's got a full battery. Will Maney just do? No. Blady's just yeeted away with the fresh tyres on the traction. Maney coming back though with the ERS. What can he do? Lady has nothing. Maney 70%. Coming up to the bus stop. He's mainly going to have a look. Defends the inside. Nothing doing there. So Maney's going to try and hold tight and get the traction. As he doesn't get it there, he gets the line wrong. Gets a bit of a snap coming out of the bus stop chicane. 8/10 behind now. What will he be able to do? Heading up to Lacombe as he misses the apex for La Source. As Knights gets Drusilla at La Source as well. And Frizy on Henchman, who has come into the pits. Frosty gaining miles per minute on Fabian. 3 seconds a lap at the moment. DRS, what can Maney do on Blady? Blady's got nothing. Defends the inside, around the outside. Gets it done again. Maney's not going to have much though to defend as Buxy sets the fastest lap off of Frosty. Maney just hogging that inside, making sure Blady's got nowhere to go in this battle. Blady just needs to save his battery at this point and make it for a big move. Oh, I thought about having a move down the inside at Pullon. This is bringing X-Knights into this, boys. Be careful. X-Knights will capitalise if you're not careful. His strategy's worked out well in P11, though he has got 6 seconds worth of penalties. Hopefully he can undo that. That'll keep him ahead of Mick at this stage, where he's going. Anyway, sorry about me talking about my driver. Man, he's doing an excellent job here, Yuki. On older tyres and slower tyres than what Evil Blade has at the moment, he's doing an excellent job. And burning as well to try to keep him behind. Evil Blade, if he can save a bit more battery, yep, could be in a half-decent position. Heading up into Lacombe. There we go, I got there. Good battery. Maney, 50%. Oh, switch, tries for a little bit of a switchback, doesn't quite get it done. Only 30% difference. Evil Blade using none. Maney using none. Save it all for this straight. Maney knows that Evil Blade doesn't have as much battery. Here we go, DRS. But Blade without ERS. Here we go, X-Knights to make it 3 wide. No, he backs out of it. As Maney keeps it on the inside. Evil Blade gets a little bit of contact. X-Knights tries to think about making a move. Not quite able to do anything, and Evil Blade should now be able to pull away from Maney on those fresher tyres. Oh, I thought we had a Hakkinen Schumacher Zonta style 2000 move on there from X-Knights. Would have been move of the race if he'd been able to get that done. But also I think he realised that gap was closing, and if he'd gone for it, it would have taken all 3 cars out of the race. So respect to X-Knights there. That would have been amazing to watch though. Frosty's got Fabian, he's just on a comeback drive now. Can Henchy get War Machine for P10 in the next couple of laps? He should be able to, because he's got much fresher tyres than War. And what can Frosty do from there? Fortunately, I don't think he's going to get much further up in 4 laps. But he's got the pace. He's gaining quickly on Mick. As X-Knights just saving his ERS here. Burning a little bit at the end to try to keep within DRS. Maney's got insane straight line speed in that McLaren. What can X-Knights do here? Oh, Buxy's out! Have we got a safety car? I don't think we have. No, it hasn't called a safety car. Has he retired on track? Buxy's retired on track. Well, look, I guess we know who's not going to be racing next week. That's going to be on trouble. He's going to be in trouble there, is Buxy. Frosty, fastest lap of the race. As he tries to close in on Mick. I nearly made a Mrs. Brown's reference there. I am so sorry, Mick. You are not a dick. If anyone's watched Mrs. Brown's Boys and knows what I'm talking about, you are the goats. Frosty on Mick. Mick also burning DRS. Frosty should be able to get this done on the pressure tyres and gets up the inside, gets it done. Ah, War War's pity. Just trying to work out why Henchy's suddenly in the top 10. No offense to Henchy. Let's see what Frosty can do. About lucky. 1 second to go. As I've missed X Knight's move on Mania. I'm so sorry, everyone. I am so sorry for missing that. Mania's Drew versus Mania. This is going to be the next battle. And Shining Swarm doing a shocking job up in P7 at the moment. Terrible points here for Mercedes, doing a horrible job. Possibly on for a terrible, terrible P5 if he keeps this up. He's got the exit on Drew, but Drew's got a bit more battery. Though he won't do if he keeps burning it like this. Frosty's got a 3 second. What a shame for Frosty. He's got a lot of work to do then if he wants to get lucky and stay ahead. Especially on relatively equal tyres. Drewzilla on Maney. I didn't see that coming. He was 8/10 down at the Swords. That must have been a killer move. He did burn a bit more battery. The DRS obviously makes a difference as well. But what a move by Drew to get by our championship leader. Let's go back on board with Shining Swarm behind Maney, see if he can get anything done. Check tier 4 chat, Cooper. I know you've got access to it. You'll see the promise I made in there. I'm trying not to commentators curse him. I promised him I wouldn't, so I feel like I've neglected the top 4, but what is there to say now at the moment? I mean, Blady's got a bit of time, but these two they're just blown away. Eshe and Skillsy are just on another level today. They're consistently matching times again. Towards the end of stick, Skillsy's got a bit of pace here. Mick, 3 second penalty. Oh, Frosty, is he going to have a send or is he going to be able to hold back until... Looks like he's going to hold back until the DRS. Oh, this front... Oh, here we go, Shining Swarm. What can he do about Maney? Not quite got the ERS to make a move, unfortunately. Oh, but he's got the pace. He wants to make a move, you can see it. This is very true. Good point, Dynasty. The others have been bashing and crashing, playing... What was Bash and Crash? Was that... No, that wasn't... Was that Crash Bandicoot? One of them was like Bash and Crash Racing. I can't remember. I never played it. But you're very right. Oh, Shining Swarm around the outside! Not quite going to be able to pull it off, unfortunately. That would have been a move and a half. And the Coward having quite the shocking race in P7. Needs to save a bit of ERS here because Maney's got a full battery. Not that he can do much saving when you're on reduced harvesting. Oh, where the hell did Chevy Wolves come from? Jeez, the Alpines come out of nowhere. Thought about having a move back on the inside. Nice move, Chevy Wolves. It's the he's got more ERS, that's what it is. As the Red Bulls are now line astern on track, 10 and 11. Frosty, if I recall, last season, this was the 100% race, and he crashed out on like the last lap or something. So I think this is just a track that hates him, unfortunately for him. Oh, what can Chevy Wolves do with Maney here? Not much, not quite close enough, I don't think, to make a move. Not quite, unfortunately, for Chevy Wolves. But next lap could be very interesting. Hench has got another 3 second penalty. safe to lucky. Both cars are safe to lucky. Good boys. 2 laps to go here. That's a fair point. Fair, birdie. Keep him in this tier so he doesn't win the overalls. Sorry, just messaging Lefty because he put something. Yeah, one more race. There's no point moving someone up unless they reserve for one more race. Let's have a look. Oh, Chevy Wolves close to the backside there of Maney. He's thinking about having a move here. War Machine 3-second penalty. Hey, that's a good recovery drive from War. Make up to P12. He's done well. That's a really good pace, obviously. This again just hasn't been able to get any luck. Oh, here we go. This is on here. Chevy Wolves on Maney. Both burning the battery. The DRS, Slipstream, outside. What can Chevy Wolves do? Can he outbrake? Oh, they're close. Oh! That was so close to them sending each other off the track. Nice move by Chevy Wolves. Maney able to keep in control and not lose position. Lose more than one position, I should say, to Shining Swarm. Esche now on the final lap. I guess I better go and follow him through Blanchimont as he's about to finish in P1 in a dominant display in Tier 4. Haven't looked at him all race, unfortunately, but I'm sure that my brain, Dynasty Sparrow and the team at Alpine are going to be thrilled. P1 for Esche in Tier 4 here today. Got Skillsy about to cross the line to P2. Blady looks like he's going to cross the line to P3. How's this battle going down back? Shining Swarm not able to make anything on Maney. Let's go on board with Blady as he crosses the line in P3. Good result there for RB. Aston with X-Knights in P4. Drewzilla P5. We've got Chevy Wolves in P6. Shining Swarm P8. Oh, Chevy Wolves dropped... Oh, that's right. He had a penalty, didn't he? Drops down, so Maney takes P6. Shining Swarm P7 in a brilliant drive from him. A nice tidy, keep his nose out of trouble, get the race done. Drive from him. Frizy P9, Henchy gets P10 with Frosty coming across the line in P11. Just ahead of War in P12. Lucky in P13 gets War. And Mick 14th, Renault Fabian just behind P15. Turco looks like he's disconnected. So it's Izzy Fizzy in 16th. What a race. Good job by our leaders. Now, unfortunately, I'm not going to do podium interviews because when I do it, there's just too many problems and no one can ever hear it. So I apologise to Esche, Skillsy, and I'm about to call him Birdie there, jeez. Blady. But if I'm going to do podium interviews, I want people to actually be able to hear what people are saying. No, don't be communicating. Driver of the day, Shining Swarm! He finally got it, son! Esche, obviously race winner. Izzy Fizzy, fastest lap. Driver of the day, Shining Swarm. Most overtakes, Frosty. And Shining Swarm also with the cleanest driver. Good work, lad. Let's go through our results. So, obviously, Esche first, Skillsy, Blady, Knights 4th, Drewzilla 5th, Maney 6th, Shining Swarm, Chevy Wolves, Frizy, and Henchy rounds out the top 10. Frosty 11, Lucky 12, War Machine 13th, Mick 14, Bruno Fabian, Izzy Fizzy, Kirko, and Buxy not finishing. Let's see if I can get the race director, just in case anyone wants it as well, so they can take the clip from the stream. Alright, there we go. That has it. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Tune in again at 8:30, so in an hour's or 50 minutes time for Tier 3. We're going to have another absolute killer race on our hands there with Birdie commentating, and I've got no doubts about that. Anyway, thank you all for watching, and may you have a great night. And we'll see you next time out.